Welcome back to the Next Gen Podcast. I'm your host, Brooks Huber, alongside Dane Farsfeet. In today's action-packed episode, we will give you our early NFL award predictions for the upcoming season. We have also included when each segment starts, so if you don't feel like watching the entire episode, you can fast forward to the segments that you want to watch. We're also introducing a new segment called Bookin It With Brooks that we think you all will enjoy. Now that I've gone over what to expect from today's podcast, let's get right into it. Dane, who is your pick for Offensive Rookie of the Year?
My pick for Offensive Rookie of the Year is DeAndre Swift. I think he's going to be the first, or not the first, but a 1,000-yard rusher to the Lions in a long time. I think he's going to be great for them. I think he's going to get most of their snaps. And I think the Lions are scary, like not a playoff team, but I think that they could be like a trap team, show up one day, be crappy the next. I think he's going to have a great, solid season, help their offense do a lot better this year than they did last year.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting one. So you think he will get more snaps than Kerryon Johnson?
I do.
I mean, I would agree with that if he, because with his injury history. But
yeah.
If he's not injured, that's a little tough.
All right, Brooks, who is your Offensive Rookie of the Year for the 2020 season?
See, I know this is kind of an obvious choice, but I got to go with Joe Burrow. He is the real Tiger King, okay? Joe Burrow will be plugged in Week 1 and play with some great talents on the offensive side of the ball. He has A.J. Green, who people have forgotten is a top 10 wide receiver when healthy. He has Tyler Boyd, who is a top 20 wide receiver. John Ross, who showed flashes of stardom early on this season before he got injured. They drafted Clemson standout wide receiver T. Higgins in the second round, who can also make flashy plays. Oh, yeah, and they have Joe Mixon, who's a top 10 running back in the league right now. Burrow is set up for a great rookie season, and unlike other rookie quarterbacks, he is destined to start Week 1 and play all 16 games. Because you look at Tua with injury concerns and, Fitzmagic at quarterback right now, I mean, he's not going to be starting Week 1. He might not start at all. Same with Herbert. Depends on how well Tyrod plays. I think Herbert will be plugged in a lot earlier, I want to say Week 5 or whatever. And those two quarterbacks will not start right away, and it'll be hard for them to win it. I also see Judy being up there and contesting that award with a great offensive scheme in Denver. I don't know how good Locke will be next season, so it's hard to tell. If Locke plays well, then Judy will definitely be up there, but I see Burrow taking the award.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting season. I can't wait to see how Zach Taylor works when he's got weapons and everyone's fully healthy.
All right, let's just go to the other side of the ball now. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Dane, who you got?
I went with the very obvious choice. I'm sure a lot of people went with it, but I don't know how you cannot go with Chase Young as your Defensive Rookie of the Year. I said it before, and I'll say it again, and I say this about a lot of people, but he's a baller. He's a beast. He's really good. Set the Ohio State single-season sack record. He's going to come in right away. I think he ends the year. Kind of has a Nick Bosa-type season. Not on as good of a team, but will do it very, very good.
Yeah, that's actually a great pick. I'm going to go with some of the same wordage that you just used, but you used back in episode 1. Okay? Give me Isaiah Simmons. The man is a baller. Wise words of Dane right there. Okay, and this is why. All right, he is surrounded by great coaching and great veteran leadership in Chandler Jones and Patrick Peterson. He is so versatile, the most versatile player in this draft. He just plays a little bit of everything at Clemson. I can see him doing the same this year as the year progresses. Coaching said that he would start off as a linebacker, but throughout the season he'll be playing a little bit more. And that's just going to create a nightmare for opposing defenses. His crazy athleticism will help him match up anyone in that division. 1 week he'll be covering Kittle, next week spying on Russ, and the week after that sacking Goff. Simmons is capable of so much, and I just really can't wait to see how the Cardinals use him. That is why he is my pick for Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, it's a very good pick. He's a very great player. I said it myself. I mean, like you said.
He's a baller.
Yeah, it'll be a fun year to watch who gets it. It'll be close, I think. Because I feel like the Cardinals will have a better record, and they'll be the better team than the Redskins. But it'll come down to, it'll be very close.
Yeah, I could see either Chase Young or Isaiah Simmons getting it. I just give the slight edge to Simmons because of his versatility and how he can play wherever, whenever.
Yep. Brooks, who is your coach of the year for the 2020 season?
Well, it's the guy who's going to have a different quarterback for the first time in 20 seasons. So I'm picking the GOAT, Bill Belichick. It's Bill's time to shine in New England and show people that he can win without Brady. I think he is capable of winning with Hoyer or Stidham and coach his way into a 9-7 record, possibly 10-6. Now, is this possible? Yes. Is it likely? But I won't bet against Bill Belichick. He will choose his QB and find a way to win, possibly win the AFC East. Who knows? Because as long as Bill Belichick is the head coach of the New England Patriots, they have a chance to win the AFC East and should not be counted out yet to do so. That's why I'm not too crazy to jump on the Bills hype wagon saying they're going to be winning the AFC East because, well, I mean, it's still a Patriots division, and that I can see Bill Belichick taking the Coach of the Year honors.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. He's got a very good chance of doing that. I could see them going 10-6, 9-7, I'm not hopping on I think the Patriots, I think it's still a Patriots division too. But I think the Bills are going to take it eventually. Maybe even this year. Within this year or next year.
Oh, yeah. It's their division to take right now. But it's whether they're willing to, and depends on how good Josh Allen plays. If he takes a big step, they could win it this year. If he doesn't, then Bill Belichick got it.
Yeah, it'll be a very interesting thing to see. Who will come out on top of that division?
Yeah. Yeah, Dane, who is your Coach of the Year?
I went a different route. Someone in the NFC. You're probably not going to like this pick very much, but I went with Doug Peterson. I think he's going to lead the Eagles to an 11-5 to 12-4 record. I think he's a great coach, but last year they went 9-7, made the playoffs without any receiving core, which is partly on Wentz, partly on Doug Peterson, I think. And then this year, if they're all healthy, I think they're going to go to a 12-4 to a 11-5 record. No one probably expects them to be there. I think that he's going to get in there, and he's going to take them all the way to the NFC Championship. I mean, I know that doesn't really matter. It's regular season, but we'll save that prediction for another time.
Okay, so you're saying that if he gets to 11-5 record or 12-4, he would get it over the likes of like a Pete Carroll or Matt LaFleur or Kyle Shanahan potentially getting 13
if he gets them to 12-4, I think so, yeah.
All right, that's an interesting take. Welcome to the new segment that Dane and I call Bookin It With Brooks. It's pretty simple. Dane tells me 5 statements / bold or hot takes. I will then say if I'm booking it or not booking it. Booking it means that I agree with Dane, and vice versa. Now that you know how this new segment works, let's get right into it.
All right, Brooks. The Cardinals will have a winning record this season.
I know they play in a tough division, but I'm going to book it. I'm not saying that they're going to be like super great, like 10-6, 11-5, but I can see them having a 9-7 record, sneaking in possibly to that 7th playoff seed, and who knows? I mean, they have all the weapons in the world to make a run on both sides of the ball. It just depends on how far Kyler Murray can carry them because, I mean, they have D-Hop, Larry Fitzgerald, Christian Kirk, and Kenyon Drake. Their O-line is not great, but that'll be their biggest question mark this season. They have a great defense, but like I mentioned before, Patrick Peterson, Chandler Jones, and now Isaiah Simmons, among others. And I think they can make a serious run in that tough division. So that is why I am booking it.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get hot at the right time, considering of the schedule they have to play. They have to play the Seahawks twice, the Niners twice, and I mean, there's no telling that the Rams are gonna be good, but I mean, they got a lot of talent on that Rams roster, so they have to play 6 games that are not for sure wins.
Yeah, I think if they can split with every single one of those, then they have a great chance to get 9-7. If they can get 3 division wins, the goal is 4 for them.
Yeah.
So if they can get at least 3 division wins, and they can be at least 500 in their own division, they have a great chance of making the 7th seed. Because now with the bigger playoffs, with 7 teams making it, it opens up the chance for more 9-7 teams to make it, and I think the Cardinals could possibly be one of them.
Yeah. All right, Brooks. The Broncos will make the playoffs this season.
You know, I'm not going to book it. I know I have a few Broncos viewers out there that are not going to be happy with this decision of mine, but I'm not so sold on them yet. Yes, their situation is like Arizona's. They're young. They have a second-year quarterback. You know, they have some great weapons. But I just don't see it. I mean, you're in Patrick Mahomes' division, even with the 7 seeds. I think either 2 or 3 seeds will be taken up by the AFC North. Raiders could make a push. I just don't think Drew Lock is ready this season to make a push into the playoffs and go 9-7. I think they'll go like 8-8 or so. But I wouldn't count on Drew Lock right now. I don't think they're a playoff team this season, but definitely next season they're going to turn a few heads and really make playoffs. But no, I am not booking it.
Yeah, no, I think they're in a very tough division. It's going to be very hard for them to make the playoffs. But it's like kind of like the Cardinals. You know, you get hot at the right time, you might be able to make it with that new 7th seed opening. You know, it'll be
even in a weaker conference, the AFC. I don't like the likes of Drew Lock carrying the entire team, because what he debuted last season was good, but it was such a small sample size that we really didn't see what he was capable of doing.
Yep. All right, on to the next statement, Brooks. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will win the NFC South.
You know what? I'm not going to book that one. Even with the Drew Brees statements and the ruffled feathers there, he apologized. They're back to normal. And Drew Brees right now, at this time in his career, he is better than Tom Brady. Yes, Tom Brady will be playing with some great weapons, but you look on the other side of the ball, his defense, not too great. Yes, they were the number 1 rush defense last season, but they were the 32nd pass defense. And what does Drew Brees love to do? Pass the ball. They play week 1 and week 8 or 9, I believe. And I don't know how much Tom Brady has left in the tank. He's turning 43 this season. That's well past where quarterbacks should be playing nowadays. And Drew Brees and the Saints, they're just a better all-around team. They have a better running back. They have a better wide receiver core, but they have a good enough one with Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders that will shake, and turn some heads. And they have a stellar defense with their linebackers and pass rushers that it's Drew Brees' division to lose, and I don't see him doing that. The Saints are winning the division.
Yeah, I think it'll be very close. I think it'll be a fun race to watch, but I just don't see. I don't see the Saints losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because, like, the Saints defense or the Buccaneers defense, they got Antoine Winfield, and I don't remember any other upgrades they made to the passing defense. It'll just be they made upgrades on the offensive side of the ball, but on the defensive side of the ball, I don't know if they can I don't know if they can stop the Saints offense.
Yeah, the Bucs will definitely need some players in the secondary to start stepping up. They're going to need a breakout year from Sean Murphy-Bunting, among others, which I don't know if that will happen. So that's why I'm not booking it.
All right, on to the next statement, Brooks. Tua will get his first career start this season.
Yeah, I'm booking that. Like I said before, it's not going to be week 1. It's not going to be week 2. It won't be week 3. But as the season progresses, later weeks, they're going to want to get him some reps. And I can see in the second half of the season him potentially starting like anywhere from 2 to 5 games, but definitely not right away. He needs to make sure he's fully healthy, which that's what the Dolphins are prioritizing right now. They're going to stay with Fitzpatrick. I have no idea what's going on with Josh Rosen at the moment. Like, yikes. But I think Tua will get his chance later on in the season, especially if Fitzmagic struggles. But yeah, I am booking it.
Yeah, I think he'll start. I think they're going to start off the season kind of like, I wouldn't say rocky, but like 2-3, 2-4, and they'll.
I mean, hey, that's good for them compared to last season.
Yeah, I know, that's good. Like, I'm not saying that's terrible, but I'm saying the coaching staff will be like, okay. Yeah, I think Tua will start around week 7 or 8. I think they'll go around 2-3, 2-4, and then the coaching staff will have to make a tough decision. We'll see the Chargers schedule coming up, which is very good secondary, but I still think they'll start him against the Chargers because it'll be a winnable game for them. Kind of hopefully start him out with confidence and stuff like that, So I think he'll start around week 7 or 8.
What week does Joe Burrow play the Dolphins? Is that week 13?
Yeah, it's week 13.
Yeah, I'm booking that. He will be starting that week.
I think he'll start before that.
He will definitely be starting at that week. Let's just put it that way.
At that week, yes.
Yes.
Whether or not it's his first start or his fourth,
exactly.
Fifth, something like that.
He will be throwing the first pass of that game, and that will be the showdown between the top 2 quarterbacks drafted.
Yep.
And you can book that right now.
All right, on to the next statement, Brooks. Dak Prescott will get paid the money he wants this season.
I do believe he will, but he will be playing under the franchise tag this season. It will come after this next season, and he will get his money before he's about to get franchise tagged for the second time. Really? I think it'll be anywhere. I think they should offer him $35 million, a slight more than Russell Wilson. Not that he deserves more than Russell Wilson, because frankly he does not. But he's happy in 5 years or however long they sign him. The quarterback market is just going to shoot up with the likes of Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson wanting for over or under $40 million. So I think it's smart to pay him now before those 2 guys get the contracts that they want, because for some reason then Dak's going to be wanting a number similar to theirs. So I say you pay him $35 now, a little bit more than Russ. Okay, it's not going to be well perceived around the league, but I think in the long run that's the best move for them to do. So I am booking it.
Do you really think franchise tagging him would be the best option?
Well, he could play under it if he doesn't meet like the June or July deadline.
Yeah, no, I get that, but like franchise, like QBs would get franchise tag. Like you can franchise tag a running back, or a receiver, or a lineman, a linebacker, cornerback, a safety, but you like a QB franchise tagging them is QBs don't like getting franchise tags. They get franchise tagged and then they leave the first chance they get. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. I mean, Kirk Cousins did that. But,
yeah.
I mean, he wears the star in his helmet. He's not going to want to leave.
He would want to
get like 10 times less the hate that he does.
They've made the playoffs, what, twice and lost in the divisional round each time, I think, right?
Yeah, but he has more playoff wins than Carson Wentz, which is, I mean, I'm not comparing the two. I'm just putting that number out there. He also has the third most wins since entering the league, only behind Tom Brady and Russell Wilson. He's tied right now with Drew Brees.
And that's a great stat, but like it's just saying it's franchise tag. Like QBs who get franchise tag, they don't stay with the franchise. And I mean maybe. Huh?
Okay, well he's got franchise tag now. If they give him the money that he wants, he's happy. He has 4 years not to worry about again. And then he'll be like 29, I believe, still in his prime when he'll have to hit the market again. So I think it would be smart to sign him. The Cowboys will sign him. Jerry Jones has said many times that he wants to sign back. It's just a matter of numbers at this point.
Yeah, I think if they're going to sign him, they should do it now. Not put the tag on him. I think you do it now.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see, though, how Jerry Jones and the Cowboys and Dak
how they handle the situation. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be watching intently around the league, to see what number he's going to be getting. Because then that sets up for the question when guys like Kyler and all those other quarterbacks, Lamar, when they get their money, hey, Dak got 35. I want more than that. And then other GMs are put in a tough situation because they see Dak got 35. Oh, now I want 35 because that's how the QB market works. That's why they just want to top each other. That's why it's smart to pay him 35 now because in 4 or 5 years, the number is going to be huge. It'll be well over $40 million.
It'll be interesting to watch.
Who is your comeback player of the year?
It's a bold pick, but I think he's a beast, and I think he's going to have a great year. It is Big Bad Ben Roethlisberger.
Wait. So he's not a baller?
He's not quite. I think he's going to have a great year. I think he's going to have a top 10 QB year, top 7 to top 10 QB year, like in that range. I think he'll have a great year. Got good weapons around him. And the defense, Mike Tomlin, it'll be a good team. Probably, I think they're going to make the playoffs. The 7 seed. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, when he's healthy, he is a great quarterback. But I don't know. It's late in his career with that. Who knows? But I'll go on the same conference, different side of the ball. J.J. Watt. Okay. Although he has missed a total of 32 games in the past 4 seasons, I believe he'll be able to stay healthy this season and put up huge numbers. Because in his last full season, in 2018, he put up 16 sacks. So he is still fully capable of wreaking havoc when healthy, which health is his biggest concern right now. Because everyone knows what he's capable of when he's on the field, and we'll just have to see if he'll be able to stay healthy. Because when he is right up there with Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's, in a whole league of his own right now, but he is right up there.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. I love watching J.J. Watt. He's a baller.
He is a baller, yep.
Okay, Brooks, who is your offensive player of the year?
I got to go Christian McCaffrey. Okay, because he recently got the bag as the highest paid running back in the league. He's so dynamic as a pass catcher and a runner. Everyone knows he can hurt you in many ways. Unlike the MVP award, wins are not heavily weighed, so CMC has a great chance to win this year because, the Panthers won't be winning games, but Christian McCaffrey will be carrying that team on his back. Michael Thomas was up there for me, but I feel like his production will go down since he had such an outstanding season last year. And with the addition of Emmanuel Sanders and Drew Brees getting older, Michael Thomas just will not win that award this season. I can honestly also see a few running backs in NFC running away with the award, but McCaffrey has the best chance to do so I'm going with him because the whole Panthers offense revolves around him, unlike running backs like Dalvin Cook, Saquon, and Zeke. Saquon's offense revolves around him, but not to the extent that the Panthers do.
Yeah, that's a very good pick. McCaffrey, I think he's gonna have a great season, but I think it's not gonna be as good as last year. So people are gonna like
Undervalue him.
Yeah, but it's not as good as last year was, or not as explosive as last year. So people are just gonna be like, oh, well, he sucks now. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, for my offensive player of the year, I went with Dalvin Cook. I think he's going to lead the league in rushing and lead the league in rushing touchdowns. I think he's going to lead the Vikings to an NFC North title. The offense will be around him, which will open up the passing game for Kirk Cousins more and more, but there's still going to be a running offense with Gary Kubiak at the offensive coordinator spot. It will be very fun to watch him this season. He's going to take the rushing title, and they're going to make the playoffs on his back.
Yeah, I could definitely see that if he's able to stay healthy. You know.
Yeah, if he stays healthy,
Mhm.
that's a big concern.
Yeah. You know, that's something to watch as the season progresses.
Who is your defensive player of the year, Brooks?
Any answer besides Aaron Donald is wrong. It just is. The dude is a game wrecker. He has the best swim moves that, frankly, I have ever seen. The only way you can try to stop him is putting 3 blockers on him, which leads to more opportunities for his teammates to make plays, which definitely goes unrecognized and does not show up on the stat sheet, but makes a huge difference in game flow. He's definitely the best pass rusher since Lawrence Taylor. I mean, if you don't triple team him, he will get 20 sacks on you like he did 2 years ago. Even when he got triple or double teamed this season, he still put up 12.5 sacks. I expect him to put 16 plus this season and get his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year award in the last 4 years.
Yeah, he's a game wrecker. He's a beast. He's a baller. I think he's probably the best pass rusher in the NFL. Well,
Probably. He is.
This season, he'll be the 2nd best pass rusher. My pick for Defensive Player of the Year is T.J. Watt.
Okay, I see you.
I think he's going to have 16 plus sacks this season. He's a game wrecker too, Brooks. Maybe not as dominant as Aaron Donald, but I think this year's going to be the year where he really shows out. 16 plus sacks, be the leader of that Steelers defense, which is going to be a top 5 defense in the NFL with Mike Tomlin and all them. He's going to have a great year this season, Defensive Player of the Year for the 2020 season over Aaron Donald, over his brother, over Stephon Gilmore, over everyone on the defensive side of the ball. It's T.J. Watt's year.
Yeah, I definitely had him in my top 3, but I mean, I had to go Aaron Donald there. I think T.J. Watt will have an outstanding season, but Aaron Donald is just too scary, and people who vote recognize that. But that's just my opinion. All right, Dane, this is our last segment of this sort of long podcast. This is the one that everybody's been wanting to hear. Who is your MVP pick for this upcoming season?
Patrick Mahomes is the easy, clear-cut decision for this answer. He's going to have north of 50 touchdowns, so like 50 to the 55 range. They're going to have the number 1 offense in the NFL. He's going to have the most yards passed in the NFL. Most touchdowns. I think it's just going to be another historic season by him, and it's just going to be hard not to vote him as the MVP with the stats that he's going to have and the record that they're going to have. They're going to have the best record in the NFL on his back. They're going to win another Super Bowl this year, in my prediction. It's going to be a very, very fun year to watch him and this Chiefs offense ball out.
Yeah, I agree with you on most of that. I don't know about the Super Bowl part because it's too early to tell. But, yeah, I will go with Patrick Mahomes, too, for MVP. Because I want to say, Russ, that's a great feel-good story since he has never received a single vote. But if history repeats itself, I'll be wrong. I mean, it's just insane that he hasn't got one yet. And my gut tells me Mahomes. I mean, his offense is built around him. He just slings the ball all over the field. I mean, he's just so much better than everybody else right now. It's insane. Best QB in the league, and the MVP award is really a QB award. Correct me if I'm wrong. The last non-QB to win it was Adrian Peterson in 2012. The only way I see someone else winning MVP is if Mahomes misses some games again because there's really no one that stands in his way if history repeats itself. Because I don't see Lamar repeating, because he had a video game type year, okay? And there hasn't been a back-to-back MVP winner since Peyton Manning did it in 2008 and 2009. So history is not on his side there this season.
Yeah, I think it'll be him easily. I mean, Russ is a great QB. I think he should have gotten votes this year. I mean, Lamar Jackson had a great season. He should have at least got some votes, though. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, it'd be great if Russ wins, but I just can't see him winning it over Mahomes.
Yeah, like I said, Mahomes is just way better than everybody else right now, so it's hard to give that award to him. Or like Drew Brees, because both have not won a single MVP award in their amazing careers. That concludes the third episode of the Next Gen podcast. As always, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the support from so many of you. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out, and take care.